Today is an exciting day for me. So when the '07 Chevy Silverado body style first came out, I fell in love with it. I was super excited, and I couldn't wait until they finally got cheap enough that one day I'd finally be able to own one. So I've never owned one before, but it's kind of been a bucket list truck of mine. And finally, after many years, over 10 years, they've come down to the price that I can actually afford. Because they actually held their value a lot better than expected. They held it way better than Ford's. Like a good condition Ford F-150 from '07 and then would sell for like $4,000 up here, and then a good condition Silverado of the same body year, same condition would sell more for like $9,000. So they held their value pretty well. But I finally found one up in Bethel, Vermont, which is 45 minutes from me. It's listed for $2,500. And that's pretty much the cheapest you can get these. So we're gonna head up there. I'm gonna see if I can make a deal with the guy. Also, I just want to let you guys know that next week the video is going to be on this Volvo 240. It's just been delayed because AutoZone sent me the wrong part, which you would know if you followed my Instagram, which is a.rural.vermonter. I posted a post there about the Volvo. So basically AutoZone sent me the wrong part, so that got delayed 1 week, and now it's negative 10 degrees, and I don't want to work outside in the negative 10 degree weather on it. So I'm waiting till next week when it's going to be a bit warmer, probably in the 20s or something. Anyway, let's hit the road and try to get this Silverado. And I went out and bought a pretty cheap OBD2 scanner just so I can scan the codes before I buy it. We are turning onto his road now. I'm asking my friend to see if he can record some of the transaction, but we'll see if that actually works out. Say we arrived.
Your destination.
Your destination?
Well, guys, it said we arrived, but I don't think we arrived. Arrived? I don't know what.
Arrived.
Okay.
Arove.
So I guess I'll keep driving, see if I see it, but I might have to give the guy a call. Okay, we are very lost, but on the plus side, we get a nice scenic journey. Look at this. So why are you selling it?
Oh, I got Ford Ranger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Okay. How's she shift? Does it
Yeah, it has pretty high miles. That's true. Well, it's just it's really smooth. And like, if you want to try it.
Yeah, I'll take it for a spin. Rusty rockers too.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll take it for a spin and see how it feels.
Alright, cool, yeah.
Alright, so we're taking it on a test drive now. Like I said, these trucks are pretty reliable, so I'm not too concerned. It's got, obviously, some lights on, like all General Motors vehicles. But, I mean, it feels really good. I won't tell them that, but let's test the brakes, too. I mean, yeah, everything feels good. Let's see if it goes into reverse.
That's pretty...
It's pretty good. That's like... Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Four-wheel drive works. I'm alright with this truck. I'm definitely gonna make a deal. Even if it doesn't come down on the price. Because it is worth more than $2,500. I can't tell where it came from. I think it sounds from the rear. You hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. I don't really know where it's coming from either. But those are pretty big bumps.
32. Okay, O2 sensor. O2 sensor, fuel pump. So I would be concerned about the suspension. Definitely the rust is the main issue. Just taking that in mind. Would you accept 1,700?
Oh, nah. A little more.
What are you looking for?
2,000?
What about 1,800?
Oh. That's pretty close. Wow. Alright, 19.
Let's do 19.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right. And then you have the paperwork and stuff with you?
Yeah.
All right, the deal is done. We got my friend trailing me back there. Truck seems to go down the road really well. It's got lights on, of course, like all GMs. Ended up paying $1,900 for it. Let's see if it makes it back home. $1,900 is a very, very good price for this truck. All right, driving the truck home now. It's smooth and it's shifting great. As with most of my trucks that I buy, this truck is fixing itself. As you can see, we only have one light on now. Oh, it just came back on, never mind. But for a moment, we only had one dash light on. Well, we made it back home. I will come back tomorrow, give you guys a closer look around it like I always do. But it seems like a very, very good truck. All right, here it is the next morning. Let me first do a cold start, and then we will, I guess I'll just show it off. It's negative 10 degrees right now. Let's see how it handles this cold. Handled it just fine. And a lot of these trucks with the variable valve timing have a little tick in the cold. This one sounds real good. Just for fun, let's compare it to the Colorado, which I have to take to the dump in a couple of minutes. Both started up all right. They both gave me a little bit of a power steering whine, but everybody does that when it's negative 10. Well, there she is. Okay, well that was my attempt at trying to be cinematic, but here's the truck. For 1,900 bucks, it's very rust-free. These Chevys always rust around the wheel wells here, and luckily this wheel well hasn't started yet. Of course, on the other side it has. If we take a peek over here, it's because where the metal, so basically this metal under here where it meets the bed side, it just starts rusting through because probably they welded it and didn't reinforce it with like primer enough or something. I don't know, but anyway, that always rusts through. Luckily, this feels just like surface rust, so we can probably grind that. Cab corners are still solid, but the rockers have a bit of rust on them and a little bit of rot. But you know, it's not too bad. I've seen much worse. Let's check the other side. Luckily, this is just a regular cab, so I don't need to deal with a giant long lock rocker if it was a crew cab. But there you go. Just surface, and the frame is solid. Take a peek at the interior. So we're missing a door handle here, which is why you always have to roll down the window and open it from the other side. This still has the old crank windows, thank God. Real men crank their own windows. Interior's pretty dirty, got a lot of pollen everywhere. With a nice detail, this will clean up quite nicely, I believe, and should transform the truck if I just gave it a good good detail. Back here we have some damage to the taillight. He said a car slid into him, which is too bad because otherwise this truck would be super straight with no dents, but unfortunately we gotta Pretty solid dent back there. Tailgate doesn't work. You guys recommend me on the best way to fix the tailgate because I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure you can just take out this handle or something. The rest of the tailgate is in okay shape. It's got a bend back here. And this side is pretty straight. This is the LS model. Up front, this light is out, and he said it's a wiring thing, not a bulb thing, which is too bad. So you can hear the engine run smooth and everything. So, I guess I'll go ahead and take it for a spin around the loop, and you guys will hear how it goes. And before we take this around the loop, I will tell you this. My sole purpose for buying this truck is to flip it and sell it. I really don't want to keep it and use it for my own daily driver. And I'm also going to be selling the Volvo 240 as quickly as possible as soon as I get that fixed. And I even have a buyer lined up for the 240, one of my friends. And the Colorado also, unfortunately for some who like the Colorado, I'm going to be listing that for sale pretty soon too. All right, let's get started. Unfortunately, we can't have the view that you guys all liked last time, which was sitting in the bed looking through the front, because this truck does not have a sliding opening rear window, unlike the K10 did. So we're gonna have to do it the old way. Alright. So I'm actually gonna pop it out of four-wheel drive for around this loop. Luckily the heater in this thing works well. So as you can hear, there's a small knocking noise from the suspension, and I think it's either coming from the rear, which would be surprising because the rear is just leaf springs. It's either coming from the rear or the passenger side, and I'd be more inclined to say it's the passenger side because that has like ball joints and all sorts of crazy stuff, since this is independent front suspension. One thing I love about this truck is how much power it has. This has a 5.3 liter V8. It really doesn't need it. It can make do with the 4.3 V6, which is what my dad's truck has in the same kind of body style. Let's try out the radio for you guys. Works well, and thank God the heater works well too. So for a truck with nearly 200,000 miles on it, I really would say it drives like a truck with less than 100,000. My dad's work truck has, I think, only 60,000 miles, and it feels pretty much the same as this one, and they're both the same models. Well, there you have it. My new 2010 Chevy Silverado, bought for $1,900. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next week when I'm working on the Volvo 240.